G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza and today we're going to draw a succubus. Now Halloween is often associated with very creepy, weird, ugly looking monsters like zombies and Frankenstein and ghosts and all that stuff. So we're going to draw a sexy Halloween creature, hooray! And we're going to talk about a bunch of the things that you add and accentuate to a normal female to make it a succubus. So we're going to start off, ladies and gentlemen, with this picture here, which looks like a perfectly normal lady. We're actually going to duplicate this face and I'm going to make alterations to it, and we'll talk about some of the features that will make this normal woman a succubus. So I'm actually going to make this layer lighter just so I can see it as a reference, but I'm going to draw my succubus on a layer above. Now we're going to talk about the features that we're going to muck around with a bit to really make this a demon soul-sucking succubus lady. The first thing, and I think the most important feature to really emphasize when drawing a succubus, is the eyes. So some of the things you can do is really raise the eyebrows up in the corner like this, so get this really kind of mean look, but don't bring the front down, just bring the edge up. So we're not actually making her angry, we're just really lifting the edge of the eyebrows. And I tend to add a little bit of a sharper point on the edge there. The next thing you can do that I like to do is to tilt the eyes angle a bit. So when we bring the eyes angle a bit more like this, it really adds a bit of a feminine look about it. I'm also going to close the eyelid a bit. So I'm just going to bring this down here like that. And that way, with the eyes slightly closed at the top there, we get a really cool sort of careless but kind of alluring look in her face. And then the next thing, and one of the most important thing with the eyes, is the eyelashes when drawing a seductive lady. What I like to do is to draw a really thick group of this dark collective stuff that makes up the succubus eyelashes, and I actually kind of make the shape in a really thick area and just kind of shade them in like this. So with my version on the left here, you can see it's still got, you know, feminine eyelashes and things like that, but we're really going over the top with this and over accentuating the features of this lady's face to make her as feminine looking as possible. We have like a little button nose, and we can kind of even make that a little more feminine by making even smaller and more dainty. What we're doing in general is we're taking softer shapes and adding a bit of a harder edge to them, a little bit more of an aggressive angle, but still really accentuating as much femininity as possible. So with the mouth, for example, rather than having a really soft, voluptuous mouth, we can really just kind of add some sharp lines in here and really make the lips nice and large and juicy, but just kind of have a little bit more of an aggressive edge to the lines. That doesn't mean go over the top or anything, but just kind of have nice, strong lines and really work and enhance the shapes that are most feminine. Same goes with the side of the face. Rather than having a really soft curve to the edge of the face, we can kind of really bring out the cheekbones and angle it in on the face. Same here, we can really just bring that in like that. Kind of like the Angelina Jolie's version of Maleficent, which, by the way, I think was a terrible movie. Just my opinion. So now we're going to add some demon features to the head. So let's just make the ear a little pointier. And now we're going to add horns. There are a few ways you can do this. You can have horns that kind of come forward like this, and they look quite feminine. We can have horns that kind of come out of the side like that, but that's a bit like a cartoon devil. You could have horns that kind of come out of the side of the head and kind of work their way around like that. They're quite good. They're sort of demon-like horns. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have ones that start here around the temple of the head, and I'm going to work them back like this and have them curve like that. So they're going to go up and then down and then flick up at the very end, and I'm going to have them on both sides of the head. So these are another common type of demon-like horns, but they have a really sort of feminine look to them because they have this sort of elegant flow. And then you can have your hair kind of go around that and flow to the back of the head, and just kind of have the hair kind of do its curves and whatever it does. So now you can see, if we compare these two drawings, the two faces, we can see that we have a pretty normal looking female generic head, and then we have this very enhanced one, and we're enhancing features that add this demonic aspect that they were trying to add to the face. We can do things like add little textures like this to kind of extend out the horns and accentuate that there's something a little off or a little different. Either way, there are a few things that you can do to the head. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to the side here, and I'm actually going to reveal, this is a body illustration that I drew earlier. I feel like a chef on a cooking show. This is one that I prepared earlier. Now we're going to talk about adding the features to make this woman a succubus. So once again, I'm going to make the reference layer of this woman a little lighter. Then on the layer above, I'm going to draw the features of the succubus. So like we had with the head, we're going to add features like the horns. We're going to add a slight point to the ears because that also demonstrates a bit of a demonic look. And then of course have the eyebrows nice and tall and angry. And let's add something different for her hair here. We'll have it kind of flowing down in a bit of a fringe there, and then the rest of her hair will kind of be normal. So we've got the head done. We've already kind of covered the head. What are the other parts of the succubus creature that they have that a normal woman doesn't? Well, first things first, wings. So I'm going to have the wings come out of essentially where the blades of the back would be, and these are more like the bat-like type of wings. If you want to check out a video on how to draw wings, I actually made one a few weeks ago, so I'll link to that on the screen right up there. So if you want to check out how to draw wings, just click that. And then of course what you can do to really over accentuate the femininity of the body is kind of bring out the curves and bring in the bits that look very feminine in, like the hourglass figure. So bring the waist in and the hips out quite a bit. So the next thing is the tail. So this succubus lady will have a tail kind of coming out, and let's have it seductively come out in front of her leg. I don't know how you seductively have a tail do anything, but either way, this is what it does. We're just going to make a bit of a horny tail because this is a horny lady. And then you can see very clearly we've added a few features to this lady to make her very succubusy. We have the horns, the wings, and the tail. And then of course we want to add some clothes. To make it succubusy, let's cover the boobs because we're going to be family friendly here, even though the boobs have been completely transparently visible for the last whole tutorial. So we're going to kind of make it armory rather than have it connected by any strap, just because, hey, it's fantasy. We don't need to explain this stuff. And then of course we're going to have the panty thing, the armor fantasy panties, but they're going to kind of go up here. One of the things that really overly feminine and really showy offy lady underwears or swimsuits have is they really come high in the waist there to really accentuate the V and the hourglass taper in the body. So we're going to kind of go with that style, add in the navel, and there we go. So then of course the final refining features such as the eyes being on a bit of a tilt and really adding those strong eyelashes and the half closed eyes, really working with those eyebrows there. And then of course we can have things like fangs or bared sharp teeth, and with this lady we can show her mouth and just kind of show some sharp teeth, and she's a bit more on the prowl than our example lady. And then now we're just kind of at the point where the main structures of this character are all the same thing that we started off with, so we're just kind of adding our stronger lines. Otherwise, in general, look, I'm pretty happy with it, and I feel like it's ready for line work. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, this is the finished result of the succubus I have drawn. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial and got a bit of info out of it and had a bit of fun. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel to see new content every week. Check out more of my stuff by clicking the annotations over there. You can get the reference files for this tutorial by clicking the link in the description, and if you want the reference files for all the tutorials I've ever made, check out the tutorial archive. If you're looking for a great place to collaborate, explore, or share your own content, head over to newgrounds.com. That's it for now, and until next time, see you later.